I'm here at the Illinois Orchid Society show. I have skipped filming during judging, ribbon judging. I was captain of my ribbon judging team today, and I was also captain of my AOS judging team. And so I haven't finished until now. There are extra things you have to do when you're captain, like signing paperwork. And I'm now going to walk through the show, and let's have a look at the exhibits. Right here we have Equigenera, and then here with the most gorgeous cattleyas that you could imagine is Miranda orchids. And this, look at this Cattleya walkeriana Miranda orchids. I saw this. It was in stuff that I judged today for ribbon judging, and I like desperately wanted to pull it. And look, they gave it an AM. Everything here smells so good in the cattleyas. And I really love how Miranda did their exhibit. They basically had this purple river in the middle and bracketed it with white and yellow. Here's Tension Gardens exhibit. Of course, we have lots of people here now. And then here's Orchidario Tradicio. He didn't have plant an exhibit. And he did like money that has orchids on it. So over here we have the exhibit from I think, what is it? Let's see. Oh, Orchid Growers Guild of Madison, Wisconsin. And I had exhibits, and we gave this the best of class for orchid societies. It's a pretty small space. I'm having some trouble videotaping without people walking in front. We thought this had really, really good flow with how they stack the orchids. So it's like a waterfall of orchids coming down at you. All right, here's a exhibit from Kristen Kristek of pins, Orchid Society pins and festival pins, orchid pins from around the U.S. All right, here is the exhibit from Clem Orchid Growers, and we awarded this Diane Dahlquist right here, well, not me, but other judges, with an AM today from the American Orchid Society. But I had cattleyas in judging, or species cattleyas, and look at this Amethysta glossa. It smells amazing if you can get close enough to it. Flowers were perhaps not as big as we would have expected for AOS judging. Here's a photography exhibit. Can't really see it. You can see my shadow, but hard to see the photos. Next to it we have the exhibit from the Wisconsin Orchid Society. I'm trying to do this without running into people. I apologize. This right here are clay orchids. So this is this year's contribution from Joy's Clay Orchids. And look at this. So she makes all this stuff by hand, and this looks so real. Just amazing and huge. We have a darling little terrarium exhibit by, I believe it's Diane and Kevin, and they're calling it Zen Reflections. Has a little table exhibit here with some paths and Cattleya. And here's an exhibit, but also basically looks like an ad for plant food. And the Chicago Area Origami Society is back with their paper orchids. Here's Dr. Bill's exhibit. He's got his in crates. And then here is the Batavia Orchid Society. Yeah, the weird pauses are me trying not to walk into somebody. Lots of cymbidiums because Liz loves to grow cymbidiums. All right, here we have the Ikebana Society with their display. Very pretty. We have Kathleen there in her green apron, showing off her pretty in pink display. I have some orchids in this display, and I headed the team that judged this Miltonopsis Lindy Lingle right there, and it does smell really, really good. And Kathleen even has water down here. And I don't know that the water is running, but it does have water. And you can see here we gave her an AM of 80 for the Lindy Lingle. Here is the display for anything orchids. Here's the display for Nat's orchids. I actually quite like the flow on this with how the wood leans up to the plant, the cymbidium over there. Here's a display for a drawn orchid, as well as a book of line drawings. So here's the Chicago Lego Club with their orchids. I particularly like this one right here. It seems to be made with maybe some Star Wars Lego parts, or Star Wars parts become orchid Legos, I should say. Here are some ceramics and photos by Joan Goodman, and we can see pictures. I like her ceramics. I think it's very pretty. And finally, we have the Illinois Orchid Society exhibit in the middle of the show. You come in, it's white, and then when you go left, it becomes pink. I have a few plants in here. I don't think I got any ribbons. Comes around, shades down into the greens. Then as you come around on the side over here, you have this gigantic Rosalie Dixler, and I feel like this really should have been the front of the exhibit. It shouldn't have been on the back side over here. And we, or I should say I, did pull this for, I wanted to have it judged for a cultural award. It has 11 flowers and 22 buds, and it received a CCM of 86 points. And then go to yellow, and then we're back around to the front of the iOS exhibit. So the iOS did an exhibit in the round. So the Chicago Botanic Gardens India Blooms is going on right now, and there are lots of people here, and it turns out that people are really confused. They think the exhibit area is the sales area, and they're trying to take plants out of the displays. So let us go and check out the sales, because we have a lot of vendors this year. So Dr. Bill is here right at the front. You can see he's got lots and lots of stuff. There are lots and lots of people in here. Next to him is Anything Orchids. You can already see the holes here from all the plants that they've already sold. Equigenera is here, and I already rated them last night for their Cuthbertsonii. So it turns out, very sad for me, that the Cuthbertsonii that I bought at the Madison show, they all molded. and I've cleaned them, but I don't think they're going to survive. So I basically treated myself to 4 more Cuthbertsonii last night. So the best ones are gone. Back of the room, we have Mei Ling with her apparel and other orchid things. And poor May today had to be my student on my AOST. I know. It was like I wanted to award things. She had to write 2 descriptions. Everyone was going, okay, you have to write. And I was like, oh no, I have a student. And she's here with another student from the Great Lakes Judging Center. So, and then we have Joy's clay orchids behind them, but I can't get a picture of Joy in any other way than above Mei Ling because this room is so crowded. Ah. From Brazil, we have Orchidaria Tradicio, and it's my only pre-order was from Orchidaria Tradicio. He has Brazilian Cattleya Pavarata, and I bought a Flammea for $220. I took it home last night. I've already potted it up, and we'll see how it does. Most of his stuff is not $200. So you can see right here, this is $25. He's got other purpuratas. There's photos. These are seed crosses. They're nice sized. But I will tell you that I was going to make sure that my purpurata is going home with me. And it is gone now. iOS is doing sales and repotting over here. I had some plants here for sale. Yeah, some of them are still here. And here are the Katia orchideas plants that I was babysitting. But I like seeing all these empty holes here that say that plants have found new homes. They're not coming back to my house. So there's Robbie repotting. Oh, there's Kathleen repotting. Not just one room of sales. We have a second room of sales. So when you come into the second room, we've got Nats up at the front. He's got lots of beautiful, colorful orchids in bloom for sale. This is veranda orchids right here. Smaller, more like seedlings. Veranda orchids is Clem Orchid Growers. There's Maggie. She can't see that I'm here. And then, oh, this is more Clem Orchid Growers right here. The Young Hales. I was just talking to them. They've got this back corner, very sunny. And then, oh, all right, this is Tension, but it's actually Sophie's orchids here vending for him. And I didn't do any pre-orders for Tension, but he did bring Cymbidiums. And I basically mailed Matt in Taiwan and said, give me a discount. And he's gonna give me a discount. So I'm going to have to end this video with saying that I need to dive into the huge crowds around Tension and spend my 20% discount.